Hi, my name's Liah English. I'm 17 years old and I was home educated up until last year. I'm now a college student. I study graphic and digital design, and I'm here to kind of tell you about my experience as a home educated child. Our approach in our family to home education was very relaxed. We had two strict subjects that we had to study, and that was maths and English because they're required. Other than that, my mom and my dad were always very open to whatever we wanted to study. My mom was mostly involved in our home education, and she was very much the one that would take us out on trips and take us to museums and things like that. And I think we went to a lot of art museums, and that was always interesting for me to see, and I really got interested in art from a very young age, from about 6 or 7, and that was kind of when I realised that this is something I want to do. Although I don't think I realised that I could actually do it as a job until I was much older. For me personally, it allowed me to have a much more open experience. I was always able to, if I had an interest in science that week, we could set up something and we could go look and we could go do science experiments just out on a whim. And I would sometimes just go through phases of liking random things, liking music, and then I would practice music, or it could be really random things, and art was something that did really stick. But having that open experience, I was able to figure out what my interests were and kind of cross things out on the list. And because of that, I think if I hadn't had that, I wouldn't have known kind of what I wanted to do until I was much older, because it's just, there's so many things that you can study, and it's very hard to figure out what you want to do if you haven't narrowed down a lot of them. So I did 4 exams. I did 4 GCSEs so that I could get into college, one of which was English literature, then I did English language, and then I did Maths Foundation and Statistics Foundation. I was not so confident in maths, so for both maths and statistics I had a maths tutor, which was really helpful, and that's something that I really recommend if you don't feel confident in teaching your child a subject, or maybe they're struggling with that subject. Then it's always helpful to get someone that knows that subject. They know all about it, and your child's going to be feeling so much more confident to go into that exam if they feel like they've been working with someone that knows everything about that. So I did those 4 GCSEs. Unfortunately, had to cancel doing psychology because of the pandemic. And then when I did my maths, I was lucky enough, because I had a tutor, that I could get a teacher assessed grade, which was enough to be able to get me into college on a conditional offer. So I now study at an art college, which is the best place I think I could be. While I could have probably continued on as a home educated child, I think being in the college environment where all my tutors are industry professionals and all the people I'm working with around me are so fixated and focused on becoming better artists that we're very focused, and we're given the best software, we're given the best materials, and that's something that I think I wouldn't have been able to get being home educated. But at the same time, it is just my learning how I learn, that was something that I could do because I work well being able to meet my own goals and stay accountable to myself, which is something that colleges really appreciate. And obviously I love my tutors and all the people around me. At my college, I'm one of the top students within my class because I enjoy my work, I'm passionate about my work, and it's so much easier to get that stuff done when you are actually passionate about it, even if I do hate assignments. I get along with all my tutors and my classmates, and that's really got to say something, especially considering the stigma around socializing and stuff. I'm also an ambassador for my college, which means I represent the college on social media and for public things like the education festivals, things like that. and I'll send in videos. I'm like the face of the college along with my other fellow ambassadors. Another job of ours is to help make new students feel more comfortable, and that's something where I think a lot of the people that I've worked with have been very surprised by my skill set. But you know, I grew up in an education community that was we always had new additions, and my job as one of the children of one of the founders was, you know, just go up, say hi, go play with them, invite them to come join your game. And you know, like, we were in a group where you're not separated by age, you're encouraged to talk to the adults, you're encouraged to talk to the babies, you're talking to literally everyone. It doesn't matter if they're a boy, they're a girl, how old they are. It still surprises me when I go into college and I talk to a bunch of other 17 and 16-year-olds, and I'm just like, oh, these people are my age. And I end up sitting down and having a full-on conversation with the 30, 40-year-old older students, you know, just because I feel just as comfortable talking to them. As an ambassador, I've had my boss just come up to me and be like, you know, I'm so surprised by the fact, like, how well you talk to everyone. Like, you know, I didn't know that you had, like, such a you were so social, especially, like, considering you were homeschooled and home educated. And, you know, like, that's something where I'm kind of like, you know, that's how I grew up. I think that it's always great to be able to show other people that haven't met many home educated people what you can do, because they're always surprised. And you know, we have to educate them that we're normal, we're not failing, we're successful as well. And you know, it's just like, I want other people to see that I meet that we actually do turn out well, and it is a really good opportunity and a really good place to have your children, because you have a better bond with them and you can actually teach them and you can learn all about them. And that's why I think that this conference is such a good thing, because you're learning all about, like, you're getting support, you're getting advice, and from some of the best people you can, because they're all so experienced with home education. But yeah, I wish you all luck, and you know, anyone can do this. You know, it's just about talking to your children, it's about having that open communication, and anyone can do it. You guys are already making such a good step for, like, thinking about this for your child, and you know, it's going to be a great thing for both you and your children. Good luck.